there's been no shortage of jaw-dropping headlines in the last couple of months, but for sheer bang for your buck, for the ultimate combination of oh and oh that characterizes the current Trump administration, I think it's hard to top this story, which you'll remember, about Elon Musk's Doge kids from Wired magazine. Headline: Doge teen owns Tesla.sexy LLC and worked at startup that has hired convicted hackers. Quote, a young technologist known online as Big Balls, who works for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has access to sensitive U.S. government systems. Security experts tell Wired that the 19-year-old's professional and online history call into question whether he would pass the background check typically required to obtain security clearances. Yeah, good times, right? Do you remember where you were when you learned that America's most sensitive government computer systems and databases were in the hands of Big Balls? Wired was also first to report that another young member of Mr. Musk's Doge team had direct access to treasury systems that are responsible for nearly all payments made by the U.S. government. Wired reported that he had the ability not just to read the information in those systems, but to write and modify information inside those systems, which potentially gave him the power to modify and delete files to cut off payments at will. It was Wired that figured out that Trump administration officials appeared to be lying to Congress and possibly lying to the courts when they claimed that that Doge guy never had that kind of read-write access to the systems. Wired was at the forefront of identifying the young engineers who Musk was bringing in to dismantle the government, and they have been at the forefront of reporting out exactly what those guys have been doing. Stories have proliferated about the chaos inside the Social Security Administration, for example, the increasing problems that Social Security recipients have been having accessing their benefits. Wired has reported exactly who from the Doge team is inside the Social Security building and how their plans for a rushed, ill-planned rewrite of the entire Social Security system's computer code could crash the entire operation. The weird, chaotic, nihilistic, frightening confluence of politics and technology and tech-bro oligarch culture in this administration means that Wired magazine has turned out to be really the perfect outlet to cover some of the scariest stuff in this moment. And now today they have something new. Headline: U.S. Doge service agreement with Department of Labor shows $1.3 million fee, and details its mission. Quote, an unsigned agreement between the U.S. Doge service and the Department of Labor obtained by Wired calls for the Labor Department to reimburse Doge up to $1.3 million. The contract apparently specifies that that $1.3 million would be for the work of 4 Doge employees over an 18-month period. Wait, we're paying the Wired calculates that, quote, paying Doge an estimated $1.3 million for the services of 4 employees over that time span would establish an implied annualized pay of about $217,000 a year, which is over $20,000 more than the maximum salary for any career civil servant. So under this contract, being reported by Wired, the Labor Department, the U.S. Department of Labor, would have the privilege of paying over $1 million to the Doge kids, paying the Doge kids for their acts of dismantling the U.S. Labor Department. They're dismantling the U.S. Labor Department and taking some of its budget to pay themselves, more than other civil servants are allowed to get paid. One of the reporters who broke that story joins us next.